tonight. I'm just going to show you a quick video on how to saute mushrooms. Also, we have a couple other videos coming up. If you want to have like a Q&A or trying to get to know me as a person, you can talk to me in the comments, no matter what. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. That helps us a lot. We're just trying to build a community. We're not trying to get rich off of YouTube. We're just having some fun. So we rinse some of the dirt off the mushrooms. We wipe them clean, then give them a quick rinse. You can see all this dirt and crap comes off of here. So we're just going to saute them tonight with a little bit of butter, red wine, and garlic. I'll show you those in just a moment, but that's all we're doing with them. So these are our ingredients. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter and equal parts wine, so generally about 2 tablespoons again. We have just regular ass garlic powder tonight. Normally we'll do sauteed garlic first, but we're just going to show you the quick way to do it at home. Easy, it's delicious, I love it. These are Portobello mushrooms where you just cut the big ones in half and try to keep them about this quarter to half an inch. You're going to cook faster that way. You're going to get more flavor on them this way. You can see I'm cutting them in half, and then behind the stem. We're going to do that for all of them. Normally I just buy sliced ones, but the sliced ones are generally a little bit more expensive, so I'm a cheapskate, so we'll just cut them a little thinner. We'll cut them up ourselves. It don't take that long. So like I said before, make sure you have a drink in the kitchen, because cooking is a little bit more easier. You taste a little better. Your taste buds seem a little bit enhanced, but they're not really. Taste buds actually get deadened by alcohol and cigarettes. You just smoke a cigarette. But I have Holly back there as my taste tester. She's a what do you call that? Clean. She's clean cut, straight edge. Holly's straight edge. Forgot to tell you, this is a Sauteeded vodka screwdriver. It's my staple. I have them about 1 a night, maybe 2, 3 on a party day, but we don't party that much. Okay, so here we're adding the mushrooms. Our butter's starting to burn. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to add some cold to the plate or pan. If you add cold, it's going to make everything chill out a little bit. We're going to saute these for about, we're going to get them all coated in butter. We're going to saute them for about 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side. You're going to hear your mushrooms start to squeak. And that's when you know that we heard a little squeak, but they should be squealing like pigs. You know that we're getting that moisture out. We had 2 tablespoons of butter tonight. And you can see everything is looking pretty coated pretty well. However, normally you would use more. I just choose to use less because I'm fatty and I'm trying to lose some weight. So there's that. But once we've got them all coated in oil, and you can see that the bottom is starting to be less coated in oil, we're going to let them sit. So we've already been at it for about 15 to 20 seconds, no, about 30 seconds. I'm going to let them sit and cook for about at least a minute and see if I have any color on them. Also, I'm using an electric stove. It is at about 7. And this is the temperature we get. We threw these mushrooms in right as the butter was starting to brown, but now we know our butter's not going to be completely burnt throughout. The only seasonings we use is a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic, and our red wine. The red wine's going to change this remarkably. So here we are at minute 3 or 2. We're going to dust them completely in garlic powder. We want them to be completely dusted, because garlic and mushrooms are a match made in heaven. And if you look here, they are completely, you can see the dust, I hope. Hopefully not the steam. Dusted garlic. We're going to do that one more time, just a light hand over all of them, and that will be our garlic flavors. Later, so minute 3:30. We're seeing that they're starting to darken a little bit. we can hear them start to squeal. We don't want them to squeal for dear life. We just want to torture them a little bit. So they're about done, and then we're going to add our red wine. Now that garlic, the garlic, it smells great, is added to our mushrooms. And generally at the end I like to add about, this is an 8-ounce thing of mushrooms, I'm going to add about a teaspoon or 2 of salt at the very end. So this is minute 6. I've turned the stove down to 1.5. So just know, if you're trying to follow directly of what I'm doing, that's what I did. I turned it down a little bit because I felt like it was getting a little too hot. You can hear them, they're still sizzling real hard, but we don't want them to lose its juice and deliciousness in here. Okay, so our mushrooms are done. Let's bring them over to our straining pad. Sorry about the camera here. So onto the cloth it goes again. We're going to let these drain off a little bit. We don't want all that oil. That's the main thing. Like, we're not super healthy people, but we just want to try to cut fat content where we can, because I think everybody really should try to cut carbs, try to cut fat. And now we're going to put our last dusting of garlic powder. Here it comes. Once we get there, garlic powder is starting to rain. We're going to make sure that those little white granules can be seen through the garlic. And then we're going to give that a stir on our, well, give it a mix up. We're not like beating the hell out of it, but we want the garlic to get mixed up a little bit. And then lastly, we want about 2 tablespoons of salt. So we're just going to dust it. And I don't think that was a tablespoon. That was probably about 1 tablespoon of salt. And then we're going to give that another mix. Hopefully we don't lose another mushroom like last frame. But we'll just stir that in. Now I'm going to give it about half the dusting of salt. Just a quick salting. That was not even close to a tablespoon. Probably a teaspoon. And then our mushrooms are done here. Turn it on. So this is our mushroom when it's done. Hopefully the camera will focus. You can hear it's still juicy. Got a little bit of salt. They're bellas, so they taste a little bit beefy. It almost tastes like I'm eating beef fat. For those of you who like it, try a smaller one. Yeah, those are amazing. I highly recommend you put those on anything you want mushrooms. Pizza, oh my gosh, pizza with those? Outstanding, out of this world. I know it always looks like I'm looking at you throughout my glasses without them, but I can see perfectly fine without them. I just can't see super straight with them. Bonus snippet, Holly wanted a grilled cheese sandwich, so we're going to use what's left in the pan to mop up all the grease from the pan. You can see this is a white side, this is the grease side. We're going to use a little bit of mayonnaise. We're not using butter for our grilled cheese, mayonnaise. And then we're going to show you how to make a quick grilled cheese in your grease aftermath. So we left our residual pan on 4. It's not going to burn or smoke at this point. It's not hot enough. But so we're going to make a small grilled cheese with our mushrooms that we just made afterwards. So let me show you what we're using. Nothing special. We're going to use a whole piece of pepper jack or habanero, whatever you have in your county. half a piece of Munster. Then we're going to add some mushrooms, fry it, and that's going to be one hell of a grilled cheese. So if you're me, I like to build my grilled cheese in the pan. You can hear that slight sizzle. Here's our half a piece of Munster. A whole piece of habanero for extra heat and deliciousness for Holly. And then if you're using artisan breads like we like to from Trader Joe's, they're pretty cheap, they're delicious. We add it to the top. Now, you don't always cook with your hands. I'm a little bit attuned to it. You listen for your scratch. That's a little scratch. We want a little bit more. We want about a medium to a large scratch. Then we're going to flip it, and then it'll be done. Oh shit, we forgot the mushrooms. Good thing the cheese isn't melted. Let's put our mushrooms on here right quick. And that's going to be the amount of mushrooms we really want. We're going to press at the stage that the scratch is ready. And we hear the scratch is about ready. It's at medium. We like it about medium high. So I'm going to get my spatula and start to press. And we're going to press. It's going to stick a little bit, but don't let it. Don't be afraid to peek. It's just a grilled cheese. It's got a little brown, but it's not enough for me. How you like your grilled cheese and how I like my grilled cheese and how everybody likes their grilled cheese is completely different. We're just all in agreement that we like grilled cheese. So right now again, you can hear that scratching. We knew from last time that that little sound wasn't enough. But you can check on grilled cheese. It's not like you're cooking a filet mignon. Let's check what's going on under here. So we got light golden brown. A little bit of mayonnaise left on here. We're going to leave it in there for probably another minute. And this residual cheese, that's just deliciousness. I'm going to eat that shit right now. Crispy cheese, can't beat that. So 45 minutes out after the good pressing and checking, we can hear that scratch. We're going to flip it over and see where we're at. That's what you want. For some people, this is perfect class act grilled cheese. We cut it in half in this house. I'm just going to use a spatula and push down, split it. This is what we have. Ooey, gooey, mushroom, grilled cheese. I'm going to take a bite. I'm not going to do the cheese pull because this thing's screaming hot. Okay? It is just hot beyond you could believe. Unless you work in fast food and you flip hamburgers with your hands. Yeah. Fast food workers flip your hamburgers with your hands. Just a second thought. Well, let me try a bite of this. Crispy. Ooh, the heat from the habanero is bringing me like different galaxies. But ooh, that sauteed mushroom is bringing me back with that richness. Now that habanero cheese, I wouldn't recommend that to everybody. It's a little hot. I can eat hot food, but it hurts sometimes, so I tend to just keep it at like pepper jack or like 1 jalapeno per dish. I love the hot, but as some of you and your men, if you have men or theys, can relate, it might be too hot. It tastes really good though. So that's our residual after sauteed mushrooms, grilled cheese. And I hope you stay tuned to the end. And as always, like, comment, share on Facebook or whatever social media you have, and subscribe, comment. All of that helps me. It helps our community grow. And have a great night. And don't forget to cook